Welcome to our tutorial. You're learning with Mo Jones, IT professional and educator. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to make our own templates in PowerPoint. Now, if you click on your File tab and click on New, you'll notice that you see a lot of templates. These are referred to as themes, but they're really templates. Now, what exactly is a template? Well, template is a combination of a few things. It's a set of colors, fonts, and also effects. Well, you may say, well, Mo, that's a theme, and that's correct. So typically this is a theme, but with PowerPoint, we can do some other things as well. So we can add some more colors. We can do things like set up the background design. We can establish the default bullet points and other things as well. So it's beyond just the colors, the fonts, and effects. We can change the orientation of our slides as well. Either way, we need to do a few things here. We need to open up the slide master and make sure that we select the top slide. So that's the first thing that we want to do. We'll choose our font, we'll choose an existing color palette, and we'll also choose the effects as well. Now, just a few things to note. The fonts will apply to all of the headings and the body text. So we can have different fonts for the titles and different fonts for the body here as well. The colors applies to all objects, right? So fonts, shapes, so all these colors here, we can choose our own color palette. The effects are going to be more of, typically we have shapes, we have charts, we have tables. So there's different types of styles and effects that we can have for our tables here. For example, a grunge effect or a gloss or a shadow or reflection. Well, let's head on over to the slide master. So I'm going to click on the View tab. And once you click on the View tab here, in the Master Views, here is the Slide Master. So I'll go ahead and click on here. Now remember, so on the left, here are all of the different slide layouts. I want to scroll all the way to the top. You'll notice that this slide here is larger than the others. So this is the actual Slide Master. From here, I'm going to choose my own colors, fonts, also effects, and I'm also going to choose the background style. But while I'm here, I can do other things as well. Maybe I'd like to center align my titles, and maybe I want to change the, maybe the colors here for the actual level 1 items, and maybe change the type of bullets as well. So let's do that. But first, let's go ahead and choose a color palette. You can make your own color palette if you want to, but we'll keep it simple. We'll choose an existing color palette here. I do like the new Office color scheme, but we have some other ones in here as well. So let's say I'll go for this paper right here. And as far as the font, I'm going to choose a font here. I'll go for the Georgia font, and you can see it's already applying the font here. I can also click on Customize Fonts, and this basically allows me to change the heading fonts and have a different font for the body as well. So for the heading font, I'll look for Georgia, and here is the Georgia font. So there are the headings, that's what that will look like. And for the body, let's see if there's another variation of the Georgia font here. Go ahead and scroll down. No, we only have one variation. That's fine. I'll go for Garamond. Right. I'll go ahead and give it a name. So I'll just call this, I'll say GA Garamond. I'll go ahead and press save. Okay, so there we go. Not too different, right? They look pretty similar. So no big deal there. As far as the effects, typically these are kind of built in, so don't really need to kind of change it here. But I'll go for a, let's see, I'll go for a grunge effect. Let's see what that looks like. that looks pretty good so far. The other thing I want to do is choose a background style. So this is going to add a background to all of my slides. So one thing to note, that third row has a gradient fill. So notice how you go from light to a more dark color down here in the bottom. It's a really nice way to just kind of make your slides look nice. And we just have a few options in here. You can choose your own color if you want to, but I'll go ahead and stick to this one right here. Okay, so far so good. While I'm here, I do want to center align all of my, right? So everything we've done so far are pretty much theme related, but here is the actual content. So for all of my titles, I want to go ahead and center align. I also want to make it bold, and I also choose the color. So maybe I want all of my titles to have this, I'll go for a darker color, maybe this blue-gray accent. And all of my bulleted lists, I'll go ahead and change that as well. Maybe I want, they're not showing up here, that's fine. I'll click on the home tab, and instead of those regular bullets, I'll go for hollow squares. And I'll make one more change here. My level 1 items, I want it to be bold, and I'll change the color there as well. I'll go for a lot of light colors in here. I'll go for, let's see, a little contrast. So maybe I'll go for this color here. A little lavender in there as well. I'm good to go. So I'll go ahead and click on back on the slide master tab here, because I do want to exit the master view. And let's take a look at our presentation now. And there we go. So you can see the title slide looks a lot better. Here's the second slide. So notice all of my titles now, they have the center align. All of my level 1 bullet items has that lavender color. The rest has this color. So let's see, we have 28 for level 1, 28 font, and we have 24 for level 2. That's perfectly fine. Let's take a look at slide number 3. So slide number 3, here we go. Let's see if we can apply that grunge effect to this placeholder here. Let's click on the shape format, and here you go. So you can see this level from the 4th row down. Here we can see the grunge effect in here. Right. I'll go for a lighter color that's a little dark. Let's see, I'll go for that one there. So that's that grunge effect. Don't know if I'll have it for the table though. Let's see. Yeah, we don't really have it for the table, but we do have it for shapes and content placeholders as well. So that's how we can create a quick template. You can make any other changes that you want to, but for now, I'll go ahead and keep it simple. I want to go ahead and save all of my changes. And let's see. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Actually, I'll give you a bonus. I'll go back to the slide master here. If I click on new slide, here are the basic slide layouts that I have. If I want to, I can create another layout, maybe a quick 3 content layout. So I'll click on the view tab here, and I'll go back to the slide master. And this time what I want to do is to insert another layout. So I'll click on insert layout here. Here's my new layout, and just going to move things around. I just want a simple 2-column type of orientation here. So I'll go ahead and move this over here. And then I'm going to insert a placeholder. And maybe this is just going to be for a nice big picture over here on the right. I'll use an online image actually. And then I'll go ahead and draw this. So just a nice title on the left, nice big picture on the right. And I have a little more space, so I'll go ahead and expand this just a little bit. And there we go. I'll go ahead and rename this layout as title and big image. And go ahead and click on rename, and I'm good to go. I'm going to close the master view. I'm going to insert that slide layout. Now we can see, where is it? Title and big image, there it is. So now I have my own layout. This keeps things consistent, and now I can just go ahead and insert a picture from I'll go ahead and search a stock image. And let's see what images we have here. I'll just grab the first image that I see, or that second one here. And there we go. So it fits nicely into that placeholder. It's not going to go beyond the borders of that placeholder. This one is a little smaller, and that's perfectly fine. I'll just make the title to kind of match it here. And there we go. So pretty nice. Now I can go ahead and save this as a template. So to do that, I can press F12 on my keyboard. Pressing F12, this comes up. What I want to do here is to save it not as a PowerPoint presentation, but as a template. So I'll click on PowerPoint template. It's going to save on the default folder on your computer. And I'll just call this one standard. And go ahead and press save. There we go. So now I can click on so the next time you open up PowerPoint, I'll go ahead and open up a new one here. You can click on the File tab. You can click on New, or actually it's showing up right here as a recent file. So you can go ahead and just add it to your favorites or pin it if you want to. And this way you can always open up that template and utilize all of those changes that you made and save there as well. So we are good to go.